Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Top of the Key, presented by TurfToeShow.com. My name is Mike Floyd, and in this show we talk about everything basketball related, from scores, really good games, garbage games, players that have been showing out, and all the above. So, the past couple days have been pretty good games. I mean, Houston Rockets, taking on the Sixers, the Nets and the Cavs, the Lakers and the Wizards, and just really good games. So to start out, we got to talk about everybody's favorite rookie, Lonzo Ball. His dad, LeVar Ball, was stating that the Lakers weren't going to lose 2 games in a row after they had lost to the Pelicans. I reported in my last one that Marcin Gortat was like, hey, John Wall's going to jam this kid up. He's going to torture him for like 42 minutes or something like that. So John Wall came to play, Lonzo came to play too, but they both had really garbage games. John Wall, he ended up with 18 points and 9 assists. Lonzo Ball, on the other hand, had 6 points, 8 rebounds, and 10 assists. The game actually went into overtime. The final score was, Los Angeles Lakers 102, Washington Wizards 99. What's crazy about this game was the fact that the Wizards, they were winning by 6 points with a minute left in the fourth quarter, and they just couldn't hang on to that lead. And Brandon Ingram, he showed up in a big way for them. Brandon Ingram ended up with 19 points, 10 rebounds. I think Larry Nance Jr., he had close to that. Yeah, Larry Nance, he had 18 points, and Caldwell Pope, he had 14 points. So, the 3 bigs were doing really good. I think Julius Randle had some clutch dunks as well. And I want to say it was Bradley Beal who missed some pretty, wide open shots. And he also missed some crucial free throws, which kind of set them back. But I don't want to bash on Lonzo like the rest of these guys have been doing. So he's been playing pretty good. I mean, his points per game, he got 6 points last game. It's not impressive, but he is a rookie. But then again, they're not using him for his point scoring ability. They're using him to get open shots for the other guys, which he's doing. And it's evident by, like I said, Brandon Ingram getting 19 points, Brandon Ingram getting 19 points, Larry Nance getting 18, and Caldwell Pope getting 14. So he is opening up these lanes for these guys because everybody's, concentrating on Lonzo. And I was listening to The Jump, I think it was on ESPN, and they stated that the pressure that everybody's assuming that LeVar's putting on Lonzo is it's like all the attention he's bringing on is going to pressure this kid to mess up. It's actually making these point guards mess up because this is the 3rd time that this happened. And so it was Eric Bledsoe, he didn't really hold him down. The only person who really locked him down was Patrick Beverley. Eric Bledsoe didn't lock him down. Drew Holiday didn't lock him down. Even John Wall didn't lock him down. Now, they were switching on and off of him all night, but it wasn't like the lockdown defense that everybody was expecting to be. And John Wall, I've been rooting for him since he came into the league. I don't think he gets the respect that he deserves. I think he was completely off his game. I think he was trying too much. He didn't want to get shown up on the court. Like, he felt like he had to do something, he actually didn't call his kid out. His center did. So it didn't seem like the John Wall that we're used to. The second game I want to talk about is the Nets and Cavs. Another point guard, LeBron James, he switched to point guard. This is the second game he played point guard in. And the Nets ended up winning that game 112-107. D'Angelo Russell was hurt. Jeremy Lin's hurt, so they were relying on everybody else. And LeBron, he ended up getting a triple-double. He had played 41 minutes, 29 points, 13 assists, and 10 rebounds. But it just wasn't enough. Spencer Dinwiddie, he started in D'Angelo's spot and dropped 22 points, which actually took him for that win. There was a couple of times in that game that, it seemed like LeBron just didn't trust anybody. I think JR really had a bad game. He was shooting pretty bad that game. JR, he had a pretty bad game. He's starting in the spot that D-Wade's starting in. He only had 2 points. He played 27 minutes, only 2 points. Kevin Love had 15, and Kyle Korver had 22. So it was pretty much the LeBron show once again. I mean, he wasn't getting any help from Jay Crowder, Tristan Thompson. Jeff Green, he showed up, got him 18 points, but nobody else really scored. So it was pretty much another one of those situations where LeBron's carrying his team on his back again. So I was talking some trash on my personal Facebook page about him walking off the court and just being ticked off at the end of the game. But I can kind of understand it now that I've sat there and thought about it. Like, he's once again carrying his team on his back. They're not showing up for him. So, and what's crazy about it is the Brooklyn Nets was supposed to be one of those teams that's supposed to be a bottom basement dweller. Well, they're 3-2 right now in the Eastern Conference. Well, in their overall record is 3-2 right now. And according to the current standings as of 10:05 p.m. on 10/26/2017 when I'm recording this. They're in 5th place, so they're not sitting bad right now. Cleveland, on the other hand, they're sitting in 3rd at the moment. Orlando and Washington are ahead of them. I think because Washington lost to the Lakers, and I forgot who Orlando lost to, but it's kind of weird. And also Boston, they just beat the Milwaukee Bucks, and I'm gonna talk about that in a second. And they should be in, I think, around 4th place, right behind the Cleveland Cavaliers. Another one of those games that was pretty interesting that I wanted to see was Paul George when he played against the Pacers. The first time he's played him since he got traded. He ended up getting fouled out of that game, but the Thunder ended up winning because it's the Pacers. I mean, what do you expect? Thunder ended up winning that game, 114-95. Westbrook, once again, showing MVP form. 28 points, 10 rebounds, 16 assists. I mean, the guy is just playing out of his mind right now. So I do think that team is Oklahoma City Thunder, they're going to have a good shot in the West because the Golden State Warriors didn't really look too good against the Toronto Raptors. Toronto Raptors gave them a run for their money. They just happened to get hot at the very last second. The Golden State team, they won 117-112. If it wasn't for a couple clutch shots by Curry and Durant, who combined for 59 points, Toronto would have won that game. And Golden State sitting at 3-2, and Toronto's at 2-2 right now. Oh, one quick thing that I was thinking about with the whole Lakers thing was, they won that game against the Washington Wizards, who were the last undefeated team in the East. What was surprising was the fact that they had 22 turnovers in that game, and they still won. And that's really hard to do with 22 turnovers. I mean, and they were getting fast break points off. The Washington Wizards were getting fast break points off those turnovers. So I think that Luke Walton, he's going to have to sit down with that team. It is a young team, and they got to sit there and figure out how to stop these turnovers because they're happening way too much. They're having plus 20 turnovers in every single game. Now, talking about turnover games, the Phoenix Suns, they fired their coach last Sunday. They sat Eric Bledsoe, and because they were sitting at 0-3 at the time, well, they've won their last 2 games. They just beat the Utah Jazz on Wednesday, 97-88, to prove to 2-3. And Warren, the Suns, they're 2-0 under Triano, the coach at the moment. I think he's like the acting head coach, so they figure out what they're going to do. I just thought that was kind of funny. They're sitting a healthy player, they're just sitting on the bench, and they can't get any trade assets for the guy. They stated that he's not going to play for them. There's nothing wrong with him. They fired their coach. The Suns management is just doing everything just wrong. They got to figure something out there. They're just screwing everything up. I heard, I want to say it was Chauncey Billups saying, you can't be a realtor and then tell everybody what's wrong with the house and then you're going to sell the house. It's not going to happen, man. Speaking about that Celtics game, Celtics versus the Bucks, I just got done watching that game right before I recorded this, and they were playing on the floor. It was designed like the old Mecca, the old stadium that the Bucks used to play in. And I was expecting Giannis to go off again, but he kind of had a kind of quiet game. Giannis, he had played 41 minutes. He had 28 points. I want to say it was 10 rebounds and 7 assists. It seemed like to me he was more timid going into the paint. He was dishing the ball out a lot more. It was a couple of times he could have just manhandled his way into the paint and just got some easy buckets, but he was passing it off to his teammates. And his teammates, they were kind of coming through. Chris Middleton had 15 points. Malcolm Brogdon had 15 points as well. And I want to say Tony Snow had 11. But it just seems that, I don't know if the whole talk about him just dominating the ball the whole time is getting to him. And he wants to show he could be an MVP by dishing out the ball as well and scoring. One of the major criticisms that everybody has for him is he doesn't have a jump shot. So he was taking a lot more jump shots in this game. And he was dropping a couple of them. And it just seems like if he develops that jump shot so completely and then manages to hit 3-pointers, he's going to be unstoppable, completely unstoppable. Kyrie, on the other hand, he played 34 minutes, had 24 points. He's doing Kyrie things. Al Horford had 27, Jason Tatum had 12. The Celtics team is starting to look better. Now that they got past the initial shock of Gordon Hayward going down with that injury, they're slowly building themselves together. They got back Smart. He was clutch for him, hit a couple clutch 3-pointers. So this team is slowly getting their stuff back together. So honestly, I don't think it's going to be a complete wash for the East. I think the Eastern Conference is looking a lot better than what everybody expected it to be. Of course, the Cavs are presumed to be the front runners, but I think that the way they've been playing lately and the way LeBron has had to pick up all the slack for these guys, they're going to win games, but it's not as going to be easy as everybody thought it was going to be because they lost to the Magic the night previously, who look really good right now. They're sitting at 3-1. They're over 500 right now. They got a win streak of 2. So I think the top 10 is Orlando, Washington, Cleveland, Boston, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Detroit, Toronto, Miami, and I want to say Charlotte. But maybe it's still early in the season. I mean, but it's starting to look like it's not going to be just as a cakewalk as everybody says it's going to be for the Cavs to just walk through and just dominate everything. LeBron has admitted that he's had some, elbow trouble, so he had to change his shot. So it looks a lot more like a point guard, like more like a Steph and like a Ray Allen kind of shot, where it's more straight up instead of across his face. So I think that's working for him, and him being in that point guard position is pretty interesting. I want to see what happens if he continues that for the rest of the season, or they're just run it till Isaiah gets back. Switching to the Western Conference, I'm rocking the San Antonio shirt right now. They're still 4-0. The LA Clippers are playing right now, so you know the score, before this video comes out, but they're also 3-0. So it'll be San Antonio, LA, Memphis, Houston, Portland, Golden State, LA, Lakers, Oklahoma City, and Minnesota, and Phoenix for that top 10. San Antonio is looking good. They're missing my man Kawhi Leonard right now. He's still dealing with that leg injury, and LaMarcus Aldridge, he's been balling out for him. LaMarcus, he ended up having played 38 minutes. He had 31 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. But what I do like about this team is Dejounte Murray. This kid has really starting to show up for him, open up the lanes for him and everything like that. They're slowly getting Kyle Anderson playing. Danny Green is dropping threes once again. Paul Gasol's still there, and they still got Ginobili coming off the bench playing really well for him. So I think this team is going to be really dominant once Kawhi gets back. I think he has that type of personality that's not going to take everything away from LaMarcus, and it'll allow them to mesh a lot better. One note was that Tony Parker, everybody's favorite Frenchman, he got not demoted, but he got assigned to the Austin Spurs, which is the G League affiliate for the San Antonio Spurs. He's going through a rehab process with the Austin Spurs to just do the practices, get him back ready. So they're saying he should return to the team around November, December. So that'll be pretty interesting to see that nice little that final push toward the All-Star game and see where he's at. So that's going to be it for this episode of Top of the Key. You catch this if I can get him out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I try to, cover pretty much all the different games, all the major games that happen to pick up, give you little stats and some stuff you might have missed. I have a lot of time on my hands, so I'm able to watch more than one game, and I just like to watch the reruns. So, drop a like or hit subscribe if you like what I'm doing. Don't forget, you can also catch the Turf Toe Show. Don't forget, you can also catch the Turf Toe Show every Thursday on the YouTube or the Facebook channel. That's where we talk about all the football action from the NFL, NCAA, some college football, not college football, Canadian football, maybe some rugby. I think we talked about the World Series, maybe some hockey too. So we could kind of cover like a smorgasbord of everything in that show, and we just focus on basketball on this one. So follow us on all the social media platforms at Turf Toe Show. That's where you'll catch all the up-to-date news and everything like that. And you never know, you might see something else crazy on there. So until next time, guys.